This is Joe from Forever Came Calling, and we're on Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I'm here right now with Joe from Forever Came Calling. How's it going today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Very good. It's a little hot in Orlando today, but you guys are psyched for the show tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. It's sold out, so...
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's, I think, a 350 cap room, and it's oversold, so it's going to be pretty sweaty.
Well,
yeah.
Congrats on that. A successful show's bound to happen tonight.
Yeah.
So we are going to start with a few finish a sentence questions for you. These are just fun ones, you know?
Okay.
So the first concert you ever went to was?
Pop Disasters. Blink-182, Green Day, Saves the Day, Jimmy Eat World. So sick.
Brilliant. That's an awesome first concert, and
Yeah.
I'm glad, because we have a few people saying Barney once in a while, so thank you for something good.
Yeah, that was like, I was sitting in art class, and I was like, I saw tickets for it, and I like called my mom. I had like a stupid Nokia cell phone, and I was like,
Yes.
I gotta go. And I was worried they're gonna sell out like an 18,000 cap arena, but there's no way that was gonna happen. So we bought the tickets, and I went. It was awesome.
That's amazing. And now your secret talent is?
Ooh, secret talent. I'm really good at basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you do that at all in your downtime on tour? Is that something you?
I love playing when I was younger. I have a 3-point like no other. 3-point shots all day.
So if all else fails, you're going to become a basketball player, basically.
Wilt Chamberlain for life.
Yes. And now the biggest challenge you've overcome as a band was when?
I don't know. I think just honestly being a working band sometimes kind of like weighs on you, like just being like grueling pace. But I think it's part of it. So like it's not really something to overcome because it's constant. But I think that's been the biggest learning experience.
Right. And I mean, what keeps you motivated through difficult times on tour? Because it can be very stressful, you know?
I think just a lot of it is each other, like not wanting to like let the person down next to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a big like sense of like camaraderie, you know?
Yeah. And I'm sure when you're passionate about what you're doing, that helps a lot as well.
Yeah,
So.
the passion, you know, is like definitely like at the forefront, but I think a big part is just like the fact that you're doing something that like very few people get to do, and it's with your friends. So it's like I'm not gonna be the one to fuck this up.
Exactly.
Can I cuss? I don't
Go
know.
for it.
Okay.
It's YouTube.
All right.
Everything goes. And now last one, your number one tour survival tip is?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness?
Yes, we've been touring band for like 5 years now, and just on this last tour, we all got memberships to Planet Fitness, and you feel 100% better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
like
free shower. Well, not free, but the membership, you get showers.
Yeah,
so that's a
showers.
big thing on tour.
showers. Mainly, it's just like moving your body around. Like you sit for 8 hours, and then you're like, I feel like shit right now. Then you go there, run for a little while, and then you're like, okay, I feel way better.
True. Good way to get your mind off of sitting in a van for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And now this is a question I usually refrain from, but I haven't heard you guys answer it yet. What's the story behind the band name?
The band started out as like this Census Fail, like Taking Back Sunday cover band, and it was just like a poem I wrote, and it was the name of it, and I was like, that sounds sick. And now I'm like 27, I'm like, that didn't sound sick at all. I don't know why we named our band that. But
I like it. I think it's cool.
it's definitely a name, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how'd you come up with it? Like, what's the meaning behind it? Is there any sort of meaning at all? I don't know.
I was just like, I don't know, I was listening to Census Fail and Taking Back Sunday and like being super into like, being like very like over dramatic. So I don't know, like that's what it comes from.
Very emotional.
Yeah,
deep,
yeah.
You know.
My first girlfriend broke up with me, I don't know. Like
Something happened in the mix, and then
Yeah.
this band name happened.
Yeah.
But for anybody who hasn't heard your music yet, you are a punk band, but what sets you apart from all the others out there?
we're a 4-piece, so I play guitar and sing, but I think when we attack like writing, like when I write vocals, like I try to like write as a singer and not as like a guitar player singer. I think like with 4 pieces, like a lot of time it's limiting because like you're concentrating on playing and singing. And I try to write the parts individually so like the songs don't suffer.
Yeah, it's true. And your album, What Matters Most, is coming out September 9th, I believe?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Excited for that. What's the inspiration behind the title and the album artwork?
It's actually a Charles Bukowski quote. Like it's a shortened version, but the original quote was, "What matters most is how well you walk through the fire." But we felt like that was too long, so we shortened it up to "What matters most." And it's just like the idea of like you said, like the hardships or like being in a touring band, like that shit's gonna happen. Like it's gonna get rough. and the only thing that you can control is what you do with those things. You know,
Right.
you can't control those things happening, but you can control how you let them affect you.
Yeah. So I guess the guy with his feet on fire on the album cover, that's sort of part of the quote as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a little bit of a nod, and the artwork is like a nod to like Jimmy Eat World artwork, like we're really into. So
Yeah. And how do you think this album is going to compare to your previous release, Contender? What's different about it, musically, lyrically?
I think lyrically it's been a lot more thought out, and it's not just so like I feel this, I say it directly. And I think melodically, like we've just been really paying attention to how like parts and stuff like that, and going in and like breaking down and rebuilding and breaking down and rebuilding, and it's just there's a lot of like fast stuff on it. There's a lot of mid-tempo stuff. Like we've just kind of grown, and like we're trying to head in like a more like Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World direction. So
Yeah, I can tell you're very inspired by those bands, huh?
those bands are sick. They're still my favorite bands. So like, and I got into them 15 years ago. So
True.
you know, like if they've tested time and it won. So
Yeah. And were there any specific events in your life or anything that you went through that inspired your songwriting? Anything?
I think like when I was younger, I got a guitar when I was 14, and it just was like an outlet. Honestly, I didn't really like, you know, nothing else really like clicked as fast as that did, and I was like, this is really cool, and like I can like speak my mind and not feel like judged, because it's like it doesn't matter what someone else says because I'm saying it first.
Yeah. And you released a single, Indebted, which is from the new album, right? Yes. What's the inspiration behind that song? Interesting. I'm asking a lot about inspirations, but I'm curious. I'm curious. I can't help it.
It's just about it's about a very specific night. But I guess the overall idea is just it's like a conversation with I'm with my fiance and myself, and I think it's about like, you could say like that you love someone, and like you can say that like you care about them, but like at the end of the day it's like actions matter way more than words. And I think it's like a reminder to myself and like to the whole situation that like doesn't matter what I say all day, like if I'm not like showing it, then what's the point?
Yeah. And this is a bit of a throwback now, but in 2010 you guys were on the Warped Tour documentary No Room for Rock Stars. And then in 2013 you ended up on the lineup for the entire tour, which is a pretty big milestone for you guys, I'm sure. So how was it for you to be on the actual lineup as an official band rather than following the tour?
It was really cool. It's just so much different than I thought it would be, and it's just like it's the best tour in the world, like still, you know what I mean? After doing it, it's just like seeing how like smooth it runs and how amazing like the crew is, and like how it's just so like ready to go. It's a great tour.
And I'm thinking back to when the band first started, because you guys have been a band for quite a while now.
Yeah.
What is the number one thing that has surprised you the most, and the number one thing that has changed the most since then?
I think surprising is just like when people like once in a while like talk to me about how like our music's like helped them or like affected them, and it's just like holy shit, like I was that kid, you know what I mean? Like who would go up to like the singer of a band and be like, hey, like your music like super like helped me out, and just having someone do that to me, it's just still to this day it's just like what the fuck, like that's wild, like something that like I worked on in my bedroom, like someone else like attached to. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Tongue twister here. And what about changed the most?
I think expectations. I think like I personally went through a period where like I started expecting things, and like I got really disappointed, and then now it's kind of like when we started this I never expected anything, and I was way more happier, and now like I'm kind of back to that, like every day is a gift. Like we're in Orlando, Florida, playing a sold out show. Like I'm from the middle of nowhere in California, like that's so tight, like and so I've learned to like live more in the moment than like ever, because those like, you know, like when I'm 50, this is gonna be the stuff that I'm like, hey, one time I did this, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Making memories every day,
Exactly,
for sure.
exactly.
Speaking of memories, you're on tour with Man Overboard, Transit, and Knuckle Puck right now.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite moment from the tour so far? Because it's a really good lineup.
Favorite moment so far? It's a sick lineup. They're all awesome dudes. Probably when my brother is doing merch for us on the second half of this tour, and we were in Austin, and he's never played CeeLo before. If you don't know what CeeLo is, it's a dice game. And the pot got up to like it got to a pretty good amount of money, and he won 3 times in a row, and I was like, that's pretty tight. Like, that was a really fun night. We were also really drunk, so that made for a good time.
That always adds to it, doesn't it? And what are your plans for right after this tour? You guys have anything coming up aside from the album release?
We have the album coming up, and then we have a couple tours. We have another tour in July, and then we have a tour in October, and we're going to Australia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to for Australia? Anything you want to experience while you're there?
Not getting eaten by a shark. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think they have some of the wildest animals, so be careful out there.
Everyone's like, everything on that island is made to kill you. And I'm just like, thanks.
Thanks
like,
for the warning.
Yeah, like, I don't know how to take that, but all right.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Just Australia, like, it'll just be cool to be somewhere, like, another country, you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
that's wild.
Yeah, and for anybody who wants to follow you on Twitter, Facebook, that's kind of a big deal right now, so where can everyone follow you?
Forever Came Calling, if you just search it on Facebook, and then at Hey It's FCC, so HEYITS FCC, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been awesome. Everybody watching, make sure you check out Forever Came Calling. September 9th is their album, What Matters Most, coming soon, so get ready for it. Subscribe for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.